We are live. Welcome to the Special Finance Committee meeting at 4 p.m. Calling the meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. Ready to begin? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There's no physical public. Is there anybody online?
There are no members of the public online.
Okay, we have no public comment at this time. Item number three, roll call. Both directors are here. Approval of the agenda. Is there any changes to the agenda?
No.
A motion to approve?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of minutes. Did you have any changes to the minutes?
I did not, but great. I'll motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are approved. That brings us to item 4, review and discussion regarding the 24-25 budget draft. And that's the main part of the,
And David's going to take this from here.
okay.
Thank you, Lori. Good evening, directors. Hopefully you guys have had time to review this. If we jump on down to, we'll just kind of touch on some spots. I guess we're going to go big number 7 in the budget document. You're going to see that nope, that's the table of contents. So, yeah, so I was meant big number 9. We're gonna see our budget award from the previous year from GFOA, and the next page is the budget award from CSMFO, and we are hoping and are in line and plan to receive this for this coming year as well. So. And then we go down to, if you go, big number 14 starts, the letter from the general manager, which tells the story of where we've been in the district, little history, a lot of highlights from this last year, some accomplishments, upcoming challenges, a little bit about the departments, and then we have a summary of the budgeted numbers on page 18, in which all of these budgeted numbers throughout the document are based on what the finance committee and the board has already reviewed many times. So a lot of this, we're just adding some narrative to it. We can go through this a little bit in detail, kind of page by page, or if you guys would like, throughout your review, did you have any questions on certain items, areas you would like to focus on?
I did. I have one question later on. If you'd like to go through the summary parts that you feel are most important to touch on.
Okay. Okay.
I'm good with that.
Okay. So it's page.
I mean, a lot of this is basically every year. It's,
Yes. Yes.
So I've read it a few times.
Yes.
Just a couple things.
It's updated. I checked on a few pages to make sure that it was 24, 25.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. Big number 23 is some demographic and economic statistics. Just based on the area, these numbers we're hoping to get updated. I'm going to work on getting these updated for the final document. These are always kind of hard to find last minute. The last census that was done for our area was 2020, and that's kind of what we work on. So it's it's hard to find this information. So this is the only thing that's just kind of some statistics that we work on getting updated just before the final document gets published.
I see the capital median income on this whole page was the biggest change.
Yeah, I was looking at
Year over
that
year.
too. That's
It's
a big
almost
jump.
doubled.
Yeah.
It went up by 50%, almost
Yeah.
40%.
Yeah. Well, it has to keep, well, yeah, everywhere is going up. It has
Not
to
keeping up.
to
but
keep
it
up
went
with,
up. That's-
yeah,
Yeah,
keep up with the other expenses.
yeah,
Yeah, that is a positive for the
yes,
rate, our rate schedule.
yeah.
I thought another nice area to touch on is, well, in the document, it's page 42, so big number 46. This begins our department overview section where we have presentations from each department. We have administration, we have finance, we have an engineering kind of summary, the water department, solid waste, and this goes through, lists some more details about the department, what they do, and it has what we added this year for each department was some performance measures, which was recommended by GFOA, the Budget Review Committee. And you'll see, I'm looking at big number 47 right now. So we're just trying to give a little bit of a historical trend so we can see some of our targets, our performance measures that we're putting in. Just looking at a 5-year table here. So we added this for each department's presentation. And just some obvious trends if you're looking at that. When you start, say, in the customer service activities, you start right there at the top in the cash in 2021. The number of cash transactions was down due to the COVID and the closing the offices and all that. So you're going to see the mail payments shoot way up. And then as the years go by, we're trending back to a normal people coming into the office paying cash. You're going to see that we added the electronic payments feature for the checks, be able to process that kind of next day. So you're going to see a reduction in the payments processed through mail and an increase in the online payments because it's more of an online transaction. We receive it electronically the next day when people set it up. Just some nice little trends to keep track of on these tables.
Most people pay online. Or
Yes.
not most people, but the
Over
majority.
50%,
A lot of
yes.
them, looks like,
We're doing
yeah.
online payments, yes.
Hmm.
So that's setting up the auto drafts or just jumping online, paying by credit card. A lot of people just had it set up automatically to have their
Right.
accounts withdraw. We have 3 options, the 5th, the 10th, and the 15th.
Hmm.
Yeah, for quite a while, we had a hard time getting people to want to go into that program where people would take the money out of their accounts.
Of the kind of auto pay type.
Yeah, they didn't mind the part where they set it up to pay out of their bank, where they set it up for their bank account to pay us, but they didn't like the idea of our ACH going in there and pulling payments out, which is very commonplace now, and people are getting much more used to it, and you can see the trend of that.
Yeah, that's what mine are basically. They go into my credit card, which I'm only responsible for $50. So, but the smaller companies don't do the credit cards because they have to pay the transaction fee. Yeah. But there's no transaction fee with our own,
If it's a charge to a credit card, there is.
if it's a credit card, but if it's just pulled out of like a checking account,
Yes, then there's
There's none.
transaction.
Yeah.
At some point, you know, it may be worthwhile to consider, you know, right, we've always had the philosophy that, you know, to charge the people who are causing the costs. And when credit card transactions, there's substantial costs associated with those, the bank fees, the you know, the different merchant fees, all of those things. So we charge a $3 per transaction fee. And ideally, we can absorb that into our normal cost of doing business, but until we get more people doing that, I think it would be hard to say that you're gonna have to pay for your neighbor using that transaction source.
Yeah, no, yeah. No,
So it's,
if you use a credit card and you have to, and there's the fee, you have to do it. If you just take it right out of the checking is probably the easiest way, but,
yeah, but people are still worried about that, and I get that,
Yeah.
because, you know, especially with all the fraud going on. and-
yeah, absolutely.
It's becoming more and more popular, more and more popular for people to do that.
Yeah.
And then we also did switched over to the check processing, so that it goes through
That's what I was saying with the e-checks?
yeah,
Yeah.
e-checks, sorry. And that, I think, helped a lot too, because you don't have to wait for a week or two because before it would take forever because your bank would
Yeah,
send a check
somebody
out,
came in and said, hey,
and it
you're
would
gonna
come through
charge
the
me a
mail to
late fee,
us.
but I sent it in a
Yeah.
week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. that was
Yeah,
very
we had that a
common.
couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have that happening.
Yeah, and on that, I'm pretty sure I don't know if I've seen any bank checks still come through manually. Almost every single type of bank is captured now. I mean, we were worried that there are going to be some banks that weren't part of the program, some of these just weird, obscure banks. I don't know if I've seen.
Yeah, I think they've all automated it,
Yeah.
because you put a check in and it takes a picture and that's what you get back. You don't,
Mhm.
the checks themselves, I don't even know where they go now. They disappear.
Oh, we,
Go to the shredder.
yeah, we
Yeah.
have,
Yeah,
we
they
have
go to-
boxes of them. Yeah, we still scan them, take a
They should
picture
go
of
to
them.
the
They're gonna just
furnace.
keep
Yeah.
boxes for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll see that on the bottom of that table is a nice chart I was just noticing. The investment income for the finance. You see early on in the first 2 years, we were earning less than 1% or so. And now the investment earnings are helping the district.
Yeah. It was
Big, major
it was
change
nothing
there.
Yeah.
for a long
It
time.
was not good for a long time. He was doing a really good job of coordinating those investments for us.
Set your target too low, though.
I did. We're spending money. That's the Civic Center fund starting to be
I'm kidding. Good
spent.
job.
According to
Great
plan,
job, David.
but it was planned to be started spending last year too, so.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, we were literally almost breaking even until that money starts to go out. Then
Yeah.
we start paying on it. Projects.
So we've been over the numbers many times. If you wanted a quick review of the numbers, I'm looking at big page 63.
Well, there's a series of, each division has a
Yes,
description of activities.
yes.
'63.
And each year, we update the goals from the prior year, and then we add the goals for the coming year.
Yeah, that's page 61, that's a little hard to see.
Yeah, I'm tiny.
Yes. So we do have some of the other pages we use the
Yeah,
larger,
I know
larger
the stuff
printout.
is elsewhere, but I
This
just-
one got skipped.
I looked at that and skipped it, so.
This one got skipped.
Yes.
So we would like to have this larger page in the regular packet.
No, it's all right. I just said you can't see it, so
Yeah.
If you do landscape, it'll be bigger.
Okay.
that's true if you turn it.
Yeah.
Not a lot bigger, but it'll be bigger.
I mean, everything else is somewhere in
Yep.
Yes.
the data, just. Okay, so page 63, the budget overdraft, or overview.
Yes. So again, we're looking at enterprise operational revenues of 9,495,000, expenses of 9,559,000, with a net revenue from operations of minus 64,000. But that's made up with non-operational revenues coming in for a net of a positive 1,055,000. So overall for the district, we're looking at the bottom line, a total net revenue of $2,104,000.
Interesting that that amount is similar to the investment revenue we get,
The 1 million.
the 1,055,000.
Yeah.
Yep.
The investment is half of the
Yeah, or more.
net proceeds.
Very helpful.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's gonna start easing downward pretty soon, so.
That was, yeah.
I
That's
hope
what I was
I hope
thinking
we're
over the last-
invested.
Over the last 6 months, they've been saying it's gonna come down, we're gonna bring it down, and it's
It is
holding.
going to come
It i-
down here.
It is, yeah, it's
so,
been holding, yeah.
Yeah, but
Page 64 through 65 gives a kind of description, detail as to why some of the categories are increasing and decreasing.
I had a question on 64 where it says utilities are gonna be 3% higher due to a projected increase by Edison. Do our solar credits go up? Do we get paid more for the solar credits or
I don't think so.
no? They're fixed?
I think our solar credits do adjust upward when the costs of.
Do they?
So those
Yeah.
do come up with?
Because part of when we were having some issues with that was because the Edison rates the projections were not what we expected because the Edison rates had not increased the way they had anticipated, which did impact some of the solar credits. So they are tied to that to a degree.
Good, that'll at least help it keep pace, kind of.
Yeah.
That's good.
And then these are all the financial numbers that have been reviewed. If you don't have any questions or want to review that, we can jump down to big page 80. Oh, that's not the one. Capital projects, 81. That's not. That's why I'm looking at the wrong number. I'm sorry.
81
Big page 85, I'm sorry, it was little page 81.
or
Big
little
page 85. The capital improvement projects.
Okay.
So this is a summary of, like I said, the board-approved capital projects. This is a write-up and summary of each project that we will be tackling this coming year.
Did you have any questions on these? I mean, these are,
I had some questions on Civic Center and Emergency Operations Center, but I'll wait until George or Donna are here in the board meeting.
okay.
This will be coming to the hearing at the next week,
The 26th.
the budget.
26th.
Yeah, and he'll be doing an update on the,
Okay.
yeah.
That works for me.
What you have here in the budget is what was approved, kind of a written narration of what was approved by the board early on for this year's capital improvement budgets.
Right. Yeah, I didn't see anything that we
No.
didn't go over.
Nope, we've seen it all.
From engineering.
I guess another, I guess the page we can end on, well, for my review summary. Big page 95. Is a comparison of water bills for 3/4 inch meters, all the local areas doing 15 HCFs per month. So just kind of a standard water usage, trying to compare rates in other areas, and you can see that we fall right in the middle.
Where's Liberty? I mean, I know where it is, but is that,
Apple Valley?
that's Apple Valley, yeah.
Yes.
They've changed the names a few times.
About every year.
Do you remember? Yeah, it was on, I had it. Do you remember what it was? It was,
Apple Valley Ranchos was one of them.
It was Rancho, yeah.
Yes.
Apple Valley Rancho.
And then I forget, but there's something else after that.
It was, yeah, I can't remember that.
It was Apple Valley Ranchos for a really long time. And it changed and changed.
so those are kind of the highlights of the area, outside of the budgeted actual numbers. All this supports all that we've reviewed. If you guys were open to any other questions, comments, things that you found in the document.
I just had one about the projection of the completion of the parks was 2025. You think that's going to happen?
For the park?
Yeah.
Well, part of the
And the
park.
projection dates?
One of the park projects, we've got,
The Phelan Park expansion,
well,
that's not all going to be done in 2025.
no, but the.
The
park-
small one here?
The first phase of it is going to be done by then, which is the pickleball court and, trying to remember what else. So as we're able to get money, we're putting together parts of that, piecing together parts of the park that fit the money that we're able to get. So that's that was the first, we got some funding to help with
Yeah,
that.
yes, but that's part of the existing park, isn't it?
Maybe?
Yeah, there was a page in there, I can't find it now, of the projection dates of it's probably from our, dang, I can't.
General manager letter, maybe? Or departments?
I thought I turned the page, but I didn't. It was a projection of the completion dates of the various activities in the district. Oh, here it is. Big page 31. Big page 31.
off
Parks,
this-
Rec, and Street Lighting. It has
Strategic.
complete parks portion of the Civic Center building, 2025-26. That was my question.
That's probably that, we have the
the building itself and the EOC with the boardroom, and then on the other side, we have that other section that is gonna be a community room.
Oh, is that?
That's what, yeah. that's
I
what
was
that
wondering
is.
if that was gonna be like the splash area or something, because
No.
that's right adjacent, right off that plaza that's right next to the building.
Yeah, I believe that this is part of the strategic plan, and I'm not sure.
It seems like it's more related to the building and not actually park activities.
It's the civic center, it's
Yes.
just the building
Yes.
with, okay, so it would be probably the room.
Yes.
Okay, the large room that
Yeah.
we were gonna build. Okay, that was the only question I had. I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, because above you see, it says 2.1 is a Phelan Park expansion
Right?
for 2027 is the estimated time frame.
Yeah, and that's why I asked, because I didn't quite understand the parks portion of the civic center building, and I
Yeah,
didn't know whether that was the splash pad part or, but it's the large, multipurpose room that we're gonna add. Okay.
yes.
Yeah, that was
It's
all.
part of the 14,000 square foot.
Right. Okay.
That's my understanding, but we can clarify that with George if you'd like.
Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense. I just wasn't quite sure on it. It makes sense, because it's part of the civic center. Okay. That was all I had. What did you have?
That was it?
Well, that was easy.
Well, if you come across anything, please don't hesitate to reach out, because we do have the hearing next week, and if there's something else that you happen to run across from your,
Yeah, I mean, we've read this
a zillion
different
times.
things multiple times, and so, like I said, I went through to look for mistakes versus other things, and I didn't see any,
No,
so.
it looked good, yes.
We caught a lot of stuff last year when we did the preliminary.
There's always
Yeah,
mistakes,
it's
but
crazy.
Yes.
There's always something, but I think it's really pretty good this year, because like I said, we caught some things last year, and we caught some more things really this year prior to tonight's presentation, so.
yeah,
Everything I read looked good.
yeah, I didn't notice anything.
David did a good job.
So, my one question then is, I guess, presenting to the rest of the board. Do you guys feel like we should, again, just kind of hit over these same kind of topic areas, or just pose a
No, I
question?
think you should
guys ready?
follow the table of contents and hit the table of main parts of the table, and then if you don't have any particular things to add, you can ask the board if any members have any discussion, want to discuss. That way,
Okay.
the board has the ability to publicly discuss any part of it, and that's what you want to give the board the opportunity to do. If they feel that it's been talked about enough and they don't have anything, which is probably will happen most of the time, but just to give each board member an opportunity with each main section to discuss anything they have.
Okay,
So if you just go down the table of contents, and then hit the sections that you want to highlight, and then,
And that budget summary section, David, is probably a good thing to go through, where we talked about how it explains the different percentages and stuff,
okay.
starting on page 60, I think it was.
Just,
That section there would probably be a good, rather than going through the line items they're accustomed to, that they've already gone through
Yeah.
at length. Unless they
Okay.
want to.
yeah, so
Please.
like, as an example, in here, you went from like, I don't know, page 42 to 62, and I said, there's a description of the different committees and divisions, engineering and stuff in there.
Yes.
So that's kind of what you would want to do, is say, we have descriptions of engineering activities, of street lighting activities from pages 23 to 44. If any, does the board have any comments or questions? Because it's supposed to be the time where each board member gets to put out to the public what they would like to emphasize. So
okay,
you want to give them the opportunity. If they don't have anything, then that's fine. Then you can go to the next section. But that's what I would recommend.
I would concur with that also. Sounds like a great idea.
okay.
Most of the time, people don't say anything, but that's It's up to them.
And he's hitting the topics as he goes, so that kind of, it's a lot to absorb for the public and for the board members, really, that have been working with it so closely. So hitting the topics like you suggested is a great idea.
Yeah, and you're just giving people the opportunity. If not, then move to the next part of the table of contents. Okay. Anything else on it? Item 4, review of the budget draft. Everybody good with it?
I'm good.
Item 5, committee comments. I just made the comments there. Did you have any other comments?
No comments, nope.
Item 6, review of action items. Prior meeting, did we have any?
I feel like we did, but
It says Phelan Park Improvement Project rendering to the committee, which I believe
I
is
think that
taken.
Kim gave those to you like the next week after we got done with that
I
meeting.
think she did. She sent
did.
us those diagrams and stuff, yeah. And the current meeting, I don't think we have anything. Setting agenda for the next meeting is July 16th.
Yeah, and we'll be
Is that the-
reviewing
is that the-
preliminary year-end numbers, so,
You're in?
preliminary.
I will be out July 16th.
Okay, so we'll have to make it a different day.
Reschedule.
Reschedule. Do you want to try to do that now, or would you like us to just call you?
You can just send me an email, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Got that, Amy?
I'm thinking anytime after the 19th would be good.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like this one, the next Tuesday before the engineering committee or is that this? No, the engineering committee is the third Wednesday. So see if,
That's the 17th then, right?
so the engineering committee is the 17th, so then, and we have a board meeting the 24th,
Do you want to try for that Tuesday, the 23rd?
23rd.
That should work for me. I don't have my phone with me, but that'll probably work.
Send
Send
out
an
a,
email to you guys or an invite, and then let me know if there's any problems
Yeah.
and we can fix it.
okay. And then you'll have the agenda for the 23rd, potentially.
Yeah, that'll be the standard quarterly
Right,
agenda then.
right.
Um,
Standard meeting.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
Anything else?
On the next week will be the budget hearing and then the approval of the budget.
Next Wednesday.
Yes, next Wednesday. So,
All right. With that, we will adjourn the Special Finance Committee meeting at 4:40. Thank you very much.